talk about coronavirus?
There's three components of coronavirus. The coronavirus, Delta, and Omicron.
Original coronavirus is least that infects the people. So the normal
Delta's highly contagious,
and
Omicron is contagious but a bit deadlier than Delta. Just that coronavirus is the deadliest.
yeah, but it spreads a bit only.
Did you know that all of the coronavirus is in the world? You can just put them inside a can. What we're trying to say is that coronavirus is very deadly and you should keep your masks on at all times.
And put sanitizer.
Even though it's smaller than other germs, it's deadlier. So you need to put your hand sanitizer on, keep your masks on. Don't think the vaccine's going to be so much affected by coronavirus.
The vaccine is not that effective as having passed the coronavirus, because having passed the coronavirus makes the memory cell to know how to fight against that. And the vaccine it doesn't make that.
The antibodies.
Yeah.
It only makes your white blood cells stronger.
Uh-huh.
Kids' white blood cells are stronger than adults,
Oh.
but it's still very, very, very deadly for kids.
That if you're an old man, it's the coronavirus. It could be very, 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 very deadly.
Uh-huh.
Because the old people,
Sometimes only have 10 white blood cells.
they have very low ones because they're not
They have a low
strong.
count.
They're not strong because they're old and they parts of their body is like
Weaker.
damage and those things.
Okay, and what about their immune system?
Yeah.
Is their immune system weaker than ours?
Yes.
Because they're bigger and they're
Kind of open.
yeah, and they live their life and now they're weaker and the parts of the body
They don't function as well as before. And what about babies?
Babies, sometimes they don't even know that they have coronavirus.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you try to catch coronavirus to avoid being in school, don't do it.
No. Okay. No.
Because, back when coronavirus started, 14 million people died every day.
My goodness.
But at least we've lowered down. Yeah. But even though we've lowered down, not so many kids have died, but a lot of kids have died. So don't test how many.
Okay. So people are still dying, I assume, from this virus.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is still very dangerous.
Yeah.
And would you boys recommend the vaccine for every age group?
Yeah. And
You would?
yeah. Better is if you have the vaccine. You first did have the vaccine.
Uh-huh.
No, you have the vaccine. And
Yes.
Then you have coronavirus and you're double immune.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. So you're doubly immune to the
Yeah.
The virus.
And you're
And I have a question for you boys. On the news, it says sometimes people don't generate antibodies. Do you know why that happens? Does anybody know why that happens? Why some people generate antibodies to the virus and other people don't?
We don't really know how, but we're just knowing that those people who are a bit dumb and they should have the vaccine. It doesn't even hurt a bit. I was super scared about the vaccine when I got it.
Did it hurt?
No, not at all.
All right.
Just they put it inside. I didn't even notice.
And did your arm hurt you afterwards? Were there any side effects?
There's a really big side effect
Which is?
where it gives you a bit of coronavirus.
Oh, okay.
And so they know what you're dealing with.
Marco,
And
did you have any side effects to the vaccine?
no, because first to have the vaccine, I passed coronavirus, so
Oh.
I couldn't make the vaccine.
You couldn't have the vaccine. You can have it later, is it? Or you don't need to have any more? Have you had one injection?
No,
None.
because the first injection, I had coronavirus when the Christmas ended and we have to go back to school. The day before, I had coronavirus, so
Okay.
I have to stay in home. But then I passed it to my dad, then
Oh,
to
good
my
grief.
mom, and then to my
Your sister. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So really and truly, until a certain number of months go past, you can't have a vaccine. Is that it? But you actually have antibodies generated because you've already had, so you've plenty of antibodies in your system. Well, boys, I think that was a fantastic speech. Would you like to add anything else before we finish? Yes.
In fact, the government is so strict about coronavirus that they're saying that everybody should be triple immune.
What does that mean, Sam? Triple immune, what does that mean?
That you get the vaccines 3 times.
3 injections. 3 times, okay.
Yeah. And you're not really going. If you get the side effect, you're not going to like it because my friend Enzo got the side effect. And he was crying all night. And he was a 12-year-old.
Oh, my goodness. God, I think he was older. And what about you, Marco? What would you like to add to this?
For the coronavirus to end,
Yes.
we need all people vaccinated or some people to have passed coronavirus. Have the mask on at all times when you're outside and you can take it off. And put sanitizer.
And I hope that the Chinese government says to not eat any bats anymore. That's what made coronavirus.
Okay, that's who you think where it came from there, no? From the bats. Okay, interesting
And then
hypothesis.
And when pandemic things arrived, a lot of people died.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
And would you like to be confined again? Would you like to be isolated in your houses again like we were in the beginning?
No.
No. What was the worst of being confined into your house and not being allowed to go out? What did you find was the worst part of that?
Well, my daddy made me sneak out to put in a sign of "Don't kill whales or sharks."
All right, okay. And you, Marco, what about you?
The worst part is that we could look. I was so bored, so they made me go out with my parents, and they put and there was officers, and they saw us.
The policeman. And what did he say? Was he very angry?
Yeah, they put
Gave you a fine?
yeah.
That you had to pay money because you went out? My goodness.
It never arrived.
Oh, thank God for that one, that the fine didn't arrive. Well, boys, I'd like to say thank you very much. Class, do you think we could give them a big round of applause? I think that was very good. Wonderful. Wonderful explanation, boys. I'm gonna stop this now, okay?